Yo, what's up, everybody? It's the GOAT, and here is part 2 of my map breakdown series where I try to just give a little bit of insight and tips to you guys, and hopefully some of you guys can pick up on some of this stuff and hopefully can help you out. That's what my goal is, so I hope it helps. So I tried to better improve it, and I got a lot of help from Human Calculator and ESK Famous, so shout out to those guys, and hopefully this goes over well. So first of all, just show where the flags are located. Obviously the C flag. It's located right here. B flag right on the bridge, and then the A flag is back towards the cave area. And then for the A flag spawn, it's indicated right where this red portion is. You're kind of pinned down in the cave. And if you guys can just look as opposed to the C flag spawn, you could see immediately how this is beneficial to spawn C flag. Because of the closer proximity to the B flag as opposed to the A flag spawn, you're going to have to run to here and then run to the B flag. Whereas, a few people can branch off towards C, but most of the team can immediately just cap B. So it's definitely an imbalance in that sense. And then, these are just general locations, guys. These are pretty much where the people are going to spawn in regards to the A flag or the C flag. And obviously, if your team pushes into this area right here, the other team is going to spawn closer in this direction. And, I mean, when your whole team floods a spawn, I mean, that's where it kind of gets tricky, because I see a lot of people complain about spawns, myself included, but when you have enemies flooding in from this direction and this direction, it's only natural for the spawns to go haywire. So I think that the patches have definitely helped, but now we're just going to kind of get into the gameplay. I just wanted to just show a couple more highlights. These are kind of like the hot spots that I kind of feel like the main fighting takes place, obviously, around the B flag. This area right here, which is kind of like the, choke point that enters towards the C flag. And then this white truck, this little camper hill, and then this other little camper thing. So we're going to get into the gameplay, and I'll try to talk about the gameplay and kind of how these, the knowledge of the map kind of influences my decisions. So you guys can see I spawned A flag side of things. And my opening route, I actually kind of ripped this from Marka J, and this is kind of what I kind of told you guys in a previous video. If you're not sure where to go on your opening route, just attack the enemy spawn immediately and go right towards their home flag. And if you remember the diagram that I showed in the beginning as to where they spawn, they have a closer proximity to the B flag, so you can really get up on this C flag pretty quickly. And there, the guy, I didn't see him, but I pick up a nice triple kill off the bat. So I think that that's a pretty good opening route, because if you can take off those first few initial guys on the flag, your team can actually take the C flag. And I haven't been a part of a game yet where I've controlled A and C flag, but I think that that is possibly a viable option. I'm not sure. But, I mean, I think that if you are holding A flag initially, it may just kick you back to the cave. So I don't know if it's possible to hold the whole time. But, yeah, these are part of the highlighted hotspots in the initial flag or map breakdown that I was showing you guys. And this is pretty much where the main fight takes place, right back there by that white truck and that little opening. But here you can see they spawned in their initial spawn, and then this is a little bit unlucky. I try to lay prone, and that little obstruction throws my aim off for like a half a second, because I definitely wouldn't have died in that scenario. I pushed immediately in their spawn, and as you can see, there I get noob-tubed, but yeah, I'm going to be fast-forwarding clips in this game because this was a pretty long game. The final score in this game was 93-13, and I'm going to be cutting out sections as well. But I just want to get the general gist across and kind of just show you guys a little bit of what I'm thinking. And right here, you see me jump up, and I don't want to enter down that corridor because there's just so many people always just kind of just waiting there watching that doorway. So I see my teammate push back towards the C flag, and then I follow behind him and kind of use him as bait. So as you guys can see, they're obviously spawning still straight down on top of their main spawn. And like I said, it seems like the spawns have definitely been fixed. They're nowhere near as bad as they were in the beginning. I mean, I'm not sure how free-for-all is, but there I pick up a nice triple kill with the Predator missile, and then I end up dying. But I'm going to be cutting out the Reapers as well. So, yeah, I mean, back to the map in general and kind of my thoughts. I think it's easier to win with C flag and B flag because obviously it's just so much easier to protect that area. and just with your closer proximity to the B flag, it makes it all that much easier. But when I do play this map, I prefer to hold the A and B flag because when the enemy, if you've ever played this map, obviously you guys know that the air support does almost nothing when the roles are reversed. When you have C and B and the enemy's stuck at A, if you get any air support, they can just get into that cave and hide, and that's what it inevitably turns into. So whenever I play this map, obviously I'm playing for the win, but on top of that, it might make it a little bit more challenging, but I will attempt to grab the A flag and then let it play out from there. And in this game, I'm playing with a few different people, so you won't see me playing the objective very closely, and this game does get close, but in the sections that I cut out, you guys would have seen in the Reaper, we're able to grab a bunch of flags and things like that. So, and there's an example of a spawn, and in my opinion, that wasn't a bad spawn. I came up that back area where the B bridge was, and I didn't check that. That's their main spawn, and it could have been very easy. I should have floated towards that direction just to make sure, and then went back towards the C flag that way. But yeah, things like that are going to happen. You know, the spawns are never going to be perfect. But, I mean, if you're rushing a spawn, you should just be prepared for people to kind of just spawn around you. And as you guys can see, what I was saying earlier, this is where, like, pretty much the main, like, hot points on the area are. Right where this white truck is, right where I dropped that Predator missile, and then this doorway right here. So, it's really tough to play super aggressively on this map just because of the amount of choke points and the way that the map is designed. But, it's a very good map for air support if you can keep the enemy at C flag. And it's definitely a map that you can kind of put up big numbers on. I've seen Z-Jars, he got 110 kills on this map. And a lot of my problem is you'll see me play a lot, kind of a little bit slower, I guess you could say. I play like pretty smart. But if I just play a little smarter on this map, I think this is probably going to be the easiest map to get 100 kills on, in my opinion, because you're almost forced to play in a slightly defensive role because of the way that the map's designed and the amount of choke points. It doesn't really play to a rusher's style, I guess, because just the way that the map is situated. So, as you can see here, I push into their spawn, so I'm expecting them, obviously, since me and my teammate are both in this area, I'm expecting them to spawn straight down, and there's a guy scooting on his ass on fucking last stand. That's just such a dumb perk, but as you can see, this is a really good perspective. We're in this spawn, so you guys can see that they've now flooded out through that doorway on the mini-map. And just Call of Duty in general, guys, I know I always harp on it, but the mini-map is just such key. I mean, if you're paying attention to that, you're really just really ahead of the curve, because it seems like, I'm guessing, just from the games that I play in, not that many people really just even pay attention to it, because the amount of times that I'm firing an unsilenced weapon and nobody turns around and kills me is just way too often. So there I kind of get just pinned down behind this car, and it's just it's good highlight because, like I said, the teammates, we came in behind by the B flag, so obviously they're spawning right around that C flag area, and I'm pinned behind this car, and this is where I kind of mentioned that it's just tough to rush because there's nothing I could do in that scenario. I was just kind of pinned down, and I get my Reaper, I cut it out, but yeah, this game's winding down to a close, and I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on whether or not you like me cutting out the Reaper and speeding up certain sections or cutting out clips. But I wanted to try to get the point across short and swift. I've been looking at a lot of analytical statistics of my videos, and it seems like about 30% of the audience watches to the end of the game. So I want to keep it action-packed, and I want to keep the commentary flowing, and I want to keep it informative the whole time. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And any tips that you guys could give me to improve this series, or any advice would be greatly appreciated. And thank you guys for all the support. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I will talk to you later. Peace.